Our theme is Mavericks are rock stars. That's the theme, that's what the teachers believe. I know every grade level has their own theme. And we have talked about it this morning when I gave them their motivational assemblies. So we're feeling very good about ourselves and doing a great job next week with our STAAR test. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our two students, Amalio and Rochelle, for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas and Maverick Pledge. Would you please stand? Okay, we cannot say the pledge until everyone is quiet. When they begin, you begin. Ready?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and now the Texas pledge. And now the Maverick pledge. As a proud and true Maverick, I know that I can. Thank you, boys and girls. Now let's sit quietly. Let me see all our Mavericks. Nice and quietly. Very good. I'm so proud of you. Boys and girls, right now we're going to have Miss Olivares and she's going to say a couple of words for you. So let's listen. Listen very quietly. Thank you.
I know that you have been practicing extra hard with all your teachers. You've been doing a lot of strategies, showing your work. You've had a lot of homework. I know that you have been working harder than ever. I am proud that you have not given up and you kept on going. Nothing can stop you now. Remember, I believe in you and the teachers believe in you. Your parents believe in you. We know that you have what it takes to make a great score on your test. If you try your best, don't worry. That is what we want, trying the best that you can. I'm sure that you will outdo yourselves next week during the STAAR test. You're great students. Remember, Mavericks are #1. Give yourselves a big round of applause. It also gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Noe Garza. He's my instructional officer, my assistant, my right hand. Let's give Mr. Garza a big round of applause. We're changing our schedule a little bit. We're going to start with 4th grade. The name of their STAAR skit is called STAAR Testing in Storyland. Let's welcome our 4th graders. Let's listen to them and let's learn from their play. STAAR Testing in Storyland.
All right, everyone, quiet down. Someone wake Sleeping Beauty up, huh? I hope you never have to run away from a big bad wolf because you will get eaten. All right, class. Now we've all been working hard all year to get ready for the state test. Well, some of us have been working hard.
What do you mean?
I have to do all my homework and theirs too. All right, that's enough. Girls, stop teasing your sister. Cinderella, it'll all work out in the end for you. Trust me. Anyway, like I was saying, we've all been working hard all year to get ready for the state test.
Well, I don't understand why I had to take this test in the first place. I mean, my only job when I get older will be to kiss princesses. You don't need to do any test to do that.
We have to take the state test to prove we can fill in tiny bubbles.
Seriously?
What?
that we learned what we're supposed to for that year.
How did you know that?
Hello, I'm the boy that never grow up. I've been in class for the last 100 years.
And I've enjoyed all of them. But he's right. The whole point of the state test is to check and make absolutely sure that you learned what you should have. So what if I do badly on this thing? I got counting on me. What about my sheep? Oh, whatever. You're losing them anyway. All right, girls, that's enough. It's a good question. What does happen if you don't perform well on this test?
Well, for one thing, you won't get to blow up potatoes in council's class next year.
But I want to turn him into a toad. Well, you can't. You simply have to prove that you're proficient in language arts, math, and reading. What does proficient mean? Something you'll never be if you keep falling asleep in class. Proficient is when you score 70% or higher on the test. That score means you know exactly enough language, arts, math, and reading.
Yeah, last year I scored a 68 because I missed one question.
Sure you did!
I'm not lying.
Hello, it's what you do. One of you is right. You can risk scoring proficient by just getting a couple of questions wrong. That's why it's so important that you try your best on every single question. So what do you do if you don't really know an answer to a question? Ask your fairy godmother for help, silly. Cast a spell. Ask a door. Take a nap. You people need help. No, none of those things will work. What will work is eliminating incorrect answers. How do we do that if we don't know the answer in the first place?
Yeah, no, that's her job. Yeah, but even Rapunzel over there can at least pick one answer that didn't seem right.
I could? Good for me. Maybe not. I think his point was that if you don't know an answer to a question, you might get it right if you try really hard of getting rid of the answers you know are wrong. But isn't that like guessing? Well, of course, most of these questions you won't need to do this with. Your teachers have done an amazing job getting you ready for this test. There won't be too many questions you won't know the answer to. Well, that's a relief. So what else do we need to know before we take this test?
You're going to test by getting a good night's sleep and eating a good breakfast, aren't you?
As a matter of fact, I am. It's really important that you go to bed early the night before and that you eat a breakfast that's loaded with protein.
I'll be sure to tell the servants.
Me too, did you hear that, Cinderella?
Yeah, you have to make this food that has protein. Well, has protein.
The NFL has protein, and the NBA does too. Protein, so you're not protein. Comb your hair! Okay.
Protein is food that came from an animal like eggs, milk, or meat. How many sheep do you have, Bo Peep?
You stay away from my sheep! Well, we could have fish. Fish are friends, not food. I always skip breakfast. I'm not sure why. Gee, I wonder. Well, it's very important on the days that you have testing that you get enough sleep. No problem. And that you get up early enough to have a good breakfast. Oh. Hey, if this test is so important, what happens if we get sick and I can't take it?
Stop eating other people's porridge. You'll get sick less.
Those bears were lying! No, it's a good question. What does happen if you get sick and can't testing day? Oh, wait. Enough. It's a good question. The answer is that you have to retake it on makeup week, but that's not really a good idea. Why not? There's something to do in remembering stuff better. If you're in the same place where you originally learned it, I just learned this spell to turn the prince into a frog.
Hey!
He's right though. You don't want to be absent on testing day. You just won't do as well if you take the test on makeup week. Why make it harder on yourself?
Aren't you going to tell them about how long this testing is going to take?
I was getting to that. Can anyone tell me how long we will be testing for? April 20th to the 23rd, next week. Oh, we have 4 hours to complete the test, right? Right.
Man, we have 4 hours? That is just great.
Well, it's only for a few days, and this test is really important. You're such a whiner, Jack. At that time I went to get the water and you fell down. You complained for weeks afterwards.
Hello, I broke my crown. In other words, I almost broke my skull open.
Well, taking a state test won't be quite as painful as cracking your head, but you're taking the test for a very long time. Can anyone think of some ways not to get burned out? Burn? Burn? What's on fire? She means when you get tired. Or when fitting all the little bubbles start to get annoying.
Yeah, you can start to make dumb mistakes and you get bored or frustrated.
That sort of thing doesn't happen to me.
There he goes again. Well, you all know how hard I have to work around my house. Sometimes I just take really short breaks, then I get right back to work.
Well, that's not giving you enough work to do if you have time to take a break.
Well, I'm so glad there aren't any of you in my story. The test-taking sessions can seem very long. So if you start to get tired or frustrated, you can take what's called a mental break. What's a mental break? It's how you live your life. Girls, that's enough. It's very important not to make silly mistakes on easy questions of the test. The test is timed, so work carefully. And if you feel yourself starting to lose your focus, you can stop working on it for a little while. Can we take a nap?
You can't fall asleep when you state test, you dummy.
Watch yourself,
Sorry, you said yourself how important this test was.
and so it is. You know I'm nervous about this test. Yeah, should I start working on a spell that helps me do better? No, of course not. You don't need to be nervous. You're all well prepared for this test, and you will do a great job. So all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Again?
Yes, so good luck and do your very best on this year's state test. Yes, Rapunzel? What is the state test? Compare, dear. What's our motto? We do what we want and we want it fast and start. Yay.
It might be crazy what I'm about to say. The test is here in less
2. Sleep early. 3. Eat a good breakfast. 4. Don't stress on the test. But most importantly, believe in yourself. On behalf of your radar cheerleaders, we would like to thank the teachers, staff, our vice principal, and especially our principal for preparing us on the test and for all the support you granted us throughout the year. Best of luck for everyone. Thank you. Go Mavericks!
Don't be scared, just do your best. You'll sit quietly and read it carefully. Don't forget that you have a choice. A, B, C, or D, what should it be? Just use your strategies so you don't miss a thing. Going down, you know this stuff, hey! But remember, please don't rush. Follow your choice, dark and brown. Oh yeah, the star's going down. Show your work and don't give up, hey! Your teachers taught you all this stuff. You know it all, you can pass it now. You've got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, testing through 4 hours. 'Cause you are a champion, and you're gonna pass the STAAR. Work harder, harder than you ever. 'Cause you are a champion, and you're gonna pass the STAAR. Oh, 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 now you're on your own, it's time to shine. Pick out keywords and underline. Watch your body break. You don't have time to waste. It's going down, you know this stuff, hey! But remember, please don't rush. Follow your choice, dark and brown. Oh yeah, the star's going down. Show your work and don't give up, hey! Your teacher taught you all this stuff. You know it all, you can pass it now. You've got your number 2 pencil highlighter, testing through 4 hours. 'Cause you are prepared and you're gonna pass the STAAR. Work harder, harder than you ever. 'Cause you are a champion, and you're gonna pass the STAAR. Oh, 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 oh.
Listen.
Have any questions on the review? Yes, ma'am. What's your question?
1, 2, 3.
please.
Okay, sir.